All right. Hello, all. Happy Thursday, and welcome to our next edition of the 15-minute breakdown. This month, we are covering how to find marketing success on Reddit. So we will get right into it. The first is some logistics. Everyone's favorite question. The recording and slides will be in your inbox shortly after the session today, as well as a link to access all of our previous 15-minute breakdowns as well. Also, you only have 15 minutes to log back in, but if you do have to drop and want to rejoin between now and about 2:15 Eastern time, you can log back in anytime with that same link that's been in your calendar hold and inbox. Also, we have lots of great resources in our handout section, our digital ads benchmark report, our Reddit ad type cheat sheet, as well as our Big Bets with SEMO in 2023 guide. And so make sure to download all of those. On the right, you can just toggle over from chat to handouts to do so. Also, as many of you have already, join our chat. Let us know where you are tuning in from. We've got people from the UK, Commonwealth of Dominica, New York, all over, which is fantastic. You also can submit questions in that chat during the session that we'll ask during our Q&A at the end. Also, make sure to join our poll questions. We have one live right now, and then we'll get to an open-ended one in a moment if you're interested in talking with Tinuiti after the session today. Also, I'll introduce myself. My name is Carrie Mallett. I'm a content strategist here at Tinuiti, and I'll be hosting the webinar today. A bit about Tinuiti, for those who may not be familiar. Here at Tinuiti, we've mastered the media that matters most. Tinuiti is the largest independent performance marketing firm across streaming TV and the triple of Google, Facebook, and Amazon. Here at Tinuiti, we understand that success requires both strategy and channel specialization. That approach wins us awards and recognition across the industry, such as the American Business TV Awards and the Shorty Awards, and allows us to grow some amazing clients like those that you see here. All right, I'm going to turn it over to our fantastic speaker to introduce herself.
Awesome. Thanks, Carrie. Can everyone see me okay? But I'm Taylor McCarthy. I'm based in Seattle. I'm a paid social strategist here at Tinuiti, and I've been working in social for the past 7 years with both B2B and B2C clients, and part of that experience, of course, has been advertising on Reddit. So I'm really excited to be speaking with you all today. And then in terms of our agenda, of course, it's only 15 minutes, but we'll go over Reddit 101, capabilities and use cases, how to leverage Reddit, and then, of course, we'll showcase a case study at the very end. But in terms of our poll for today, we'd love to hear in the chat, what's your favorite subreddit? So if any of those Reddit users would love to hear what you guys are currently looking at. Mine specifically is Out of the Loop. So if you've ever come across a reference to a popular trend or a scandal and have zero context for it, this subreddit helps explain those to you. So in popular culture, one of the things that everybody's been talking about is, the Vanderpump Rules scandal. That's one specifically that transparently I haven't watched the show, but now I'm fully looped in on. So
I did not know that existed, and I'm very much going to go
yes.
Out of the Loop. Yes. After this, my favorite is I have some food allergies, and so I have found some allergy subreddits that have been very helpful for people who have the same food allergies as me. All right, for our audience, you can just drop that in the chat right now of what your favorite subreddit is. I'm very interested, and because we are going to keep moving time-wise, we'll let Taylor take it over for content.
Awesome. Thanks. So first we'll start off with, what is Reddit? If you haven't heard of it before, Reddit is a hub for thousands of communities where people can share content or have discussions, and then the comments and posts can be upvoted or downvoted based on relevancy. The most interesting content rises to the top, so regardless of what you're searching for, if it's based on personal or professional interests, there's likely already community on Reddit for you. And due to Reddit being primarily anonymous, people do go to Reddit as a research-first platform to ask questions, read reviews, and get honest answers about a product or a company or just feedback in general. All right, in terms of an advertising perspective, there's a few different optimization options throughout the funnel, of course, including reach, link clicks, website conversions, to name a few. And then in terms of ad placements on platform, these range from text ads, image, video, carousel, and then of course conversation ads, which is very specific to Reddit. An example with number 5 here on the screen just shows a placement within relevant conversations rather than in the feed. So an example could be, if you're talking about, let's say, a product for newborns, it could show up where parents are having conversations, asking for feedback, wondering what people are utilizing in today's space. And then, of course, We also have Reddit's high impact takeovers. And so these are great for brand awareness and mass reach, like a product launch or a particular sale of a company that they might be having. These are reserved buys in which your brand would own for a full day, all with varying levels of placement. So going from top to bottom, the first is a first view, which is the first ad impression on the homepage. It's for 24 hours. It's the very first thing that someone would see if they log on. There's a second one is a trending takeover. So it's a second slot in the trending or popular page. People are searching what's relevant and what's not. The third is a front page takeover. So the first ad that you might see in feed or on your desktop, also 24 hours. The fourth is a Reddit takeover. So it includes everything above from 1 through 3 from the front page, trending, and then search as well, in which you also do get to own a specific keyword. So if someone is searching for makeup, that makeup keyword, this would be the very first ad that people see and slot it in. And then the last one is community or category takeovers. It's the first ad and banner in select communities. So say you want to cover off on lifestyle and leisure or entertainment or beauty, it covers the top 30 to 50 subreddits that are pertain to that specific lifestyle or that community, and you can take over that particularly, which is awesome. All right. Moving on to how to reach your audience. Since Reddit is anonymous, you won't really rely on demographics for targeting, and we all know those specifics are getting harder and harder to target as we near a cookieless future. So instead, we leverage Reddit by taking advantage of their targeting capabilities and reaching the audience based on what they care about and what they might be interested in. So if you look at the image here on the far right, it goes a bit from broader to then more specific, but interest groups, there's specific subreddits and communities that you can target. So like gadgets, skincare addiction, personal finance, whatever that might be. Location or device, of course. So let's say United States and iPhone users. And then keywords, which is much more new, and I'll talk about that in a second. And then custom audiences, such as customer lists, engagement retargeting, or pixel retargeting, utilizing the Reddit pixel to continue to move your customers down funnel. An example of how we've leveraged this in B2B technology clients particularly is collaborating with our SEM or search teams to target the top branded and non-branded keywords in our targeting in order to reach the most relevant audiences. The keyword targeting is a newer feature on Reddit rolled out in the past year or so, but in doing so and testing this, we've increased our click-through rate by more than 60% across the industry benchmarks. So definitely a way that we've leveraged Reddit successfully in the past, and would definitely encourage you all to try it on your own. All right. And then one particular case study that we wanted to chat through, there's a lot of text on this slide, I will say, and I'll caveat. We will be, again, sending through this deck following today's webinar so you can reveal the details in more depth. But we wanted to highlight one of the clients, M1 Finance, that did a category takeover on Reddit. Their goal was to maximize reach and awareness of their product to users that have never heard of them before. And so they ran a category takeover across 36 unique subreddits, all related to business and finance. This resulted in 3.1 million impressions over 5 days, 21% above their benchmark, a 0.32% click-through rate, which is 3 times stronger than any of their regular in-feed posts, a 10 times more efficient cost per action, and then, of course, a 97% stronger account creation volume within their mobile app. So needless to say, it was very successful for a company that particularly was only doing down funnel or lower funnel campaigns. This was a great example of just mass reach on platform. All right, I know I breezed through all of that very quickly, but the key takeaways here, just from the few slides that we presented, Reddit is first an interest-based, research-first platform where users are going for trusted opinions and information. 2, utilize Reddit's targeting capabilities to meet your customers where they are engaging. Help them find you and be a part of that conversation, especially utilizing placements such as conversation ad placements. And then 3rd, familiarize yourself with Reddit's ad placements and high impact takeovers to help scale your brand performance. All right, now we can move on to Q&A.
Yes, thank you so much, Taylor. You covered so much ground in just 10 minutes. So we will wrap with some questions. And so our first is, if someone is not advertising on Reddit, what would be your biggest piece of advice for someone who maybe is not advertising right now, but is interested in doing so?
I think definitely just get started. because it's somewhat net new, again, utilizing the interest-based targeting, finding out where your customers are really engaging, and then going from there. What I don't think people really realize is that over 65% of Reddit users are, professional business decision makers. And so again, it's not necessarily about wanting to only hit companies there, but you can also then target those people within relevant subreddits as well, or
Awesome,
communities.
thank you. And then I know there's a question in the chat. I'm going to drop in the text from the slide so that you can view that a little bit more closely about what the action was in cost per action in the case study. Also, we'll be sending out the deck after this as well. Well, we've got 3 minutes left of it, and so for our audience, if you've loved this content, you will also love our CPG report. It is a fantastic report to be able to click through and see all of the insights on how by generation, by different vertical, how people are shopping right now from some unique research. And so make sure to click the pop-up in the bottom left of your screen in order to do so. Also, as a reminder, our 15-minute breakdowns are a new initiative from Tinuiti. And so by registering, if this is your first, you'll be registered for all upcoming. They are usually the first Thursday of the month, unless it's a holiday. And so you want to make sure to tune in. And if you're not able to make it any month, we will be sending that recording as well. That'll be in your inbox. All right, so thank you all very much for joining today. I've also launched a feedback form in the bottom left of your screen, and you'll get that when it closes out as well. We'd love to hear your feedback on the session and what topics you'd look forward to in the future. And thank you so much, Taylor, for joining and breaking down Reddit for all of us.
Absolutely.
Thanks,
Thank
everyone.
you so much,
Have a great
everyone.
day.